Hey, welcome back to the
what's going
DWG
on?
podcast, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming back to Down with the Get Down. If you are down with the Get Down, we appreciate you coming through. I am your host, Romel, along with my co-host.
Your boy Derek. I'm
Yes,
still
yes.
looking for a name every episode, and we got our token white guy Hunter.
Yep.
Token white
what's
guy.
good?
Is our homeboy. Homeboy go all the way back. If y'all watched the last episode, we have him on, and he's joined us for our second one. We appreciate you coming through, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. You know, it's good to be able to see y'all more consistently. I mean, I've been busy as all hell, but I'm sure you guys are for sure.
This is our way, man. Nah, it's like
This is the way.
this is the way. This is the way. Hey, this is like low key. The podcast is what brings us all together.
You know,
This is what we're
you know,
using. This is
the
what we're
thing
using to
is-
hang out with our friends. We're just like, all right, cool. You want to do a podcast?
I mean, that
Yeah,
is
right,
true.
no,
I mean,
no.
if it wasn't for the podcast, you wouldn't be coming down as much.
Oh, bro, I come down on niggas so much now.
all the time. Nah, who would have thought? Like sitting on the wall in Braswell's class, I'm making fun of his writing. He's like, "Bitch, get the fuck away from me! I'm gonna kill you for making fun of my
This
art."
man was aggressive in middle school for no reason.
No, I don't know how we met exactly. I think I met you through Derek.
It was in class.
Yeah.
It was- I don't know. We had a 6th grade class together.
Well, this is a good
six or
time to
seven?
talk about our friendship, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Because how I met you is we weren't in Braswell's class. We were in somebody else's
Taylor,
class.
like Miss Taylor's class, like that
I
white
don't-
lady or
Probably.
whatever.
But yeah, you walked up to me as I was drawing, and you were like, "You're drawing as shit."
So to give y'all a little background, this story we mix up this story every time on especially when we talk to Hunter. We were like every time we talk about the story of how we all met.
Oh, I see.
It gets very
you make me
confusing.
the bad guy. You
No,
make me the bad guy.
no.
No,
are
no.
the bad guy.
Well,
It's because I'm white. Isn't
No,
it?
it is.
yeah, you're right. You might be token white. Like this is his name on the podcast, token white
Token white
guy.
guy.
Every time
yeah,
you say something about you being white, Hunter, I'm gonna say yes.
No, his name on the podcast is going to be Token White Guy Hunter.
No. It should be like what it is on my YouTube channel. It should just be Wet Blondie, bro.
Nope, I'm not doing that.
Why? White guy.
Because
blonde-
I
yeah,
don't care.
Why,
See, I respect your name, Hunter. I respect it.
Hey, no,
Blondie?
look,
yeah,
I'm cool
there's
with
nothing wrong with it.
I didn't say
You
there's
got
anything
the
wrong
name
with it.
Cinematic.
That's not his name on here.
No. I know it's
My
not.
name's Chris.
No. It's Chris.
My name is Chris on the podcast.
Chris.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Chris of the podcast. Yeah.
Chris.
Chris of the podcast.
Anyways, though,
Anyway.
but yeah, he came up and he was like, "Yeah, you're drawing as shit," and I was like, "Okay, let me see yours." And I looked at his and I was like, "Bro, your shit is ass."
Your shit's ass, bro.
And then after that, he sat next to me and we were just drawing together, and that was it. And that's
Why are all your interactions you talk like anytime we
with some of my friends' insults. I have no idea.
No, like literally like any other friend that Derek tells me about other than me. He'll be like, yeah, this is so how I became friends with them. That's how me and you became friends.
Yeah.
We did not fuck with me for a good second. I didn't know what was happening.
Honestly, bro, like
You thought I was trying to steal Derek.
What?
You thought I was trying to steal Derek.
No, I know. I thought you were Derek's homeboy and weren't gonna fuck me up because like,
He was like, who is this guy?
He's like, "There's too
I
many
mean,
black people."
I had just like a year or two prior to that, I had just moved from Virginia, bro, like rural Virginia, like
What
the
was
most
it,
white
on X game
the most
mode?
you know, like
He was
like
exposed
the
to too
white-
many black people. That's why he was
the
nervous.
the whitest white place, white in the South, white is what it was.
In
White.
the whitest South general area is Virginia.
No, probably, but no, Texas is, but
No, it's probably like Ohio.
that's in the north of Dumbass.
That's in the north.
Okay.
We're talking about the South.
No, but
I wasn't talking about this. I was just talking about population of a whole bunch of white people.
We're talking about the widest southern
Southern
state.
state is.
Yeah, I don't
probably
think
Texas.
it's not Texas. There's like much wider places than Texas.
Virginia does sound kind of
Virginia,
close.
it kind of is,
Yeah.
but like there are some places like Norfolk and
South Carolina, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
No, it's-
nah.
No, there's a lot of black people in South Carolina.
How did we start?
And-
How did we segue
How did we
from
get
how
here?
we met?
Because you were talking about
race
how you-
populations.
Because you were talking about how you were with a whole bunch of white people, and
No,
then
no,
you
no,
came
no,
here,
but-
and then
no,
you
no,
got
no,
exposed
what
to
I was-
black people
no,
for
no,
the
what I-
first time, and you're like, "Oh, there's so many of you here."
No. so many of
but,
you.
no. What I was saying was, what I was getting at was that like, I was very naive to how people are, like, because I never really lived in the city, like, because when I was living in Virginia, like, mostly white people for one thing. Second is that I went to this, I had the same teacher twice for 2 consecutive years in elementary school. I didn't really, I didn't really know anything, because I was like young.
No, that's naturally. That's natural.
Right. No. But I came over here and I was like, I don't know no one.
What is this?
What is this?
Why is he brown?
I'm not gonna lie to you. You explaining this just makes it even worse as to why you came up to the one black kid in class and you're like, you're drawing his ass.
That's his first interaction. He was like, this is how I interact with him.
Dude, honestly, I was lonely. I needed friends.
He's a little racist boy. He's a little racist boy.
He came over here racist and then turned. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a change.
Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Anyway, no, then I don't know exactly how I met Ramel though.
Our relationship was a little rocky. It was like we're cool, and then you had your moments where you were a little racist, and I was like, Hunter, get it together.
No, but anyway.
But it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing the way you explained it. You don't have to feel weird about that. Coming from like one of your best friends, you don't have to feel weird because I understand that you're not dumb. You were just ignorant.
Yeah,
you're not stupid. Which is a lot of people in your position. A lot of white people in your position, they just did not know. And then you especially get brought up from it. Like if you're around strictly white people, it's like people who get brought up in the hood. If all you know is the hood, and then I take you, grab you out the hood and take it to MTSU, you be like, what the fuck is happening?
It was shit.
You're like, what are these white people?
LeBron went through that. He had his little interview thing, and he was like, oh yeah, I was racist to white people. And when I think he went to high school, and it was like a whole bunch of just white people there. Yeah, and then he realized like it's
shock,
just
bro.
A weird difference.
It was a tremendous culture shock for me to come to Memphis, But
Memphis of all places,
right?
I know we're number 1 in murder rates, hooray! But
come down. Oh,
no,
wild.
But when we were in middle school together, we had this coach. This coach/science teacher, Mr. Braswell. Shout out to you if you ever start watching.
Shout out to Mr. Braswell.
Yeah, no. He had this punishment that we turned into a fucking day job. We. Every time we would cut up in class, he'd be like on the wall, and you had to wall sit for God knows how long. And we decided to be like, us and our friends, we were like, he keeps separating us, because we keep cutting up.
It really wasn't Romel.
Not really Romel so much.
Lie.
It was also,
you
was a good noodle.
You put Romel in that all the time, and I'm like, he was not. It was probably like 1 or 2 times that he got put up there.
Y'all ever hear stories about our past that have to do with bad things? Just know Romel was never a part of it.
He probably was.
You were part of it sometimes. Yeah.
Only like a handful.
No, but our buddies Salvador, Arasi, Seth, Derek, and I would always cut up in class. And so Mr. Braswell tried to shuffle us around the room so that we wouldn't cut up, but we would keep doing it. So he would have us sit on the wall with our homework or schoolwork, and he'd just be like, "All right, no, you're gonna be there the whole hour and work." And we would intentionally get on the wall to talk to each other.
I used to stand on the wall forever.
I am not going to lie to you. The majority of the times I was on the wall was not because of myself. It was because of you. And it was because of you and Shout out to you, Salvador. It was both Salvador. Of y'all because y'all kept talking to me. And I'm like, yo, I don't really want to be up here. And then he'd be like,
you shouldn't have been talking.
He would call me. And every time he called my name, I already knew. Because if he wasn't asking about questions, if he called my name, I'm like, all right, I'll get up. Yeah, and then I would just go get on the wall.
He'd be like,
and then my problem was I would be laughing. I'll be sitting there doing my work, and then I'll just
That's really what got you in trouble.
That's what got me in trouble.
Yes, that's true.
That's literally my experience being in grade school. That's literally my experience. They'll be like, so they're like, what's happening? They're like, what's going on? And I'd be like, they were like, you're going. I'm like, why am I getting in trouble? Because you're laughing. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm laughing too much. They're like, no. I'm like, he made me laugh. And this was the most profound thing that a teacher made me think about. Was when she told me, shout out to Miss Small, Miss Small, my second grade teacher. One of my classmates. He was doing something goofy. You know, in elementary school, you just laugh at goddamn everything. It don't matter what you do. Somebody make a face, you gonna just crack up. Like even now, if you make a face, I might just start crying of laughter. No, just start crying. but no. Yeah. So he was doing some stupid shit, and me being freaking. How old were we? Like 7. Yeah, I was like 7 in second grade, and he was doing something. I laughed. I was like, oh, whatever. And then my teacher was like, she's like, you had to change your apples because you had like the color system. So she was like, go change your apple. I had a green apple. I was mad as hell. We had to change the yellow because I was fucking laughing. And then I was like, why do I have to do that? She was like, because I was like, he made me laugh. And she looked at me, and it stuck with me to this day. She said, no one can make you laugh. No, she said, no one can make you do anything. And I was sitting there like,
that's a lie.
She lied though.
I was like, it was some truth to that because no one can make you do anything.
True, but I can make you laugh though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I was like, damn, that's hard. I was like, it's hard to do. I guess I gotta have a shit ton of self-discipline that I did not have.
True. But you know how we met each other was I was a cripple.
He was crippled.
Yeah, I was a cripple because I had to.
He couldn't afford to be aggressive. We couldn't have an aggressive friendship yet. That happened later.
That's probably why we didn't have that because I was crippled at the time. But yeah, no, I had. I was growing too fast, and I was going to be like super bow-legged, right? Mm-hmm. And I was one of the first people that did the like the knee correction surgery with, because prior to that, they were just breaking people's legs. And having it grow in a
That's what happened to my mom. My mom had to get her legs broken when she was a kid, like a baby, and they had the little things on her.
Yeah, that's what they used to have to do. But I was one of the first people they tried the new stuff on because my parents were like, they went to the doctor and he was like, yeah, we can fix that. Like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we just gonna have to break both of his legs and it's gonna grow this way. And they're like, oh nah, We'll hit you back up. And they went to somewhere else, and they were like, yo, we can just put these plates in his legs, and as he grows, it will straighten his legs out. And so we ended up going through that, and it worked out. But when I was in school, because it was both legs, I had crutches because I had stuff on both of my legs, so I couldn't walk. And
the man was made Joe.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And you were picked to carry my books and things like that to get to classes.
Was I picked or did I volunteer?
No, I think
I have no idea what you did.
I'm pretty sure. No, I remember because I walked up to you and then I was like, "Hey, do you need some help?" Because niggas was just walking past.
Oh yeah,
nobody was helping this man.
Prior to that, I was struggling to get into like every single class, and like I didn't ask for help. I was just like, I'm gonna figure it out somehow, and I didn't have in middle school, we couldn't have our backpacks in our classes.
We had to stupidest rule.
We had to put all that stuff,
books in our hands.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, I
walk of shame every period.
And the thing that's crazy is they look at somebody in crutches. They're like, yeah, you can figure it out. I'm like, bro, okay, I guess. And so I'm over here with crutches, and not being able to use both of my legs right, trying to take my books to each class as I'm on crutches, struggling.
Teacher's not even helping this
bro. I get written up for being late. Because when we had to walk in the lines to get to each class, and people were just passing by me, and I'm trying not to knock people down and stuff like that, and I couldn't go in the middle, and I couldn't just get people to get out the way.
Dude, they would get so anal.
And, you couldn't be in the middle.
Yeah, and I'm over here. I get to class late, like a few minutes late, because all my books fell, and I had to try to figure out how to pick them all up with crutches, mind you. I get to class like, hey, you're late, and I'm like, oh.
This is the saddest thing I've ever
okay.
heard.
And they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to give you a little marker for that. And I was like, yo, I can't.
You can't walk, my nigga. I can't walk.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that really tested me on not to take one of my crutches and beat her across the head. I'm not lying to you. I was so mad. I was like, bro, nobody's helping me.
Well, was it Miss Phelps? Because that sounds like something she would do.
It probably was Miss Phelps. She was never mind, I'm not going to say that. But Miss Phelps, like, if you're still alive, I don't know. You were old as shit. She liked me, but at the same time, she also didn't like me. And part of that was not my fault. Part of that was y'all's fault.
It wasn't my fault.
So
it was you, Prentice, and it was Salvador.
Wasn't it? I thought it was Prentice and what's his name? Denise's fault.
No,
because like she hated them.
You know what, Derek? I'm tired of the lack of accountability. You were a bad student.
I'm a bad student that was on crutches?
Yes.
Because I'm a cripple.
Yep.
You're ableist. That's what you're saying to me.
Okay, now
this man is ableist now.
You're right.
Just get up and walk.
Just get up and walk, fucker.
No, but yeah, you came up and you were like, "Yo, you need some help," and part of me was like, "Nah," because I was pissed off because nobody wanted to help me, and I was like,
"What person you gonna turn them down?"
And there are some people that are like that, and I was like, "Nah,
True.
Go ahead and help me." And from then on, you were just helping me to get to class until I could like walk again, like a normal human being.
Hey, you watch anime,
bro? It was so funny because I didn't know
we rode the same bus.
Yeah, and which. Did I don't remember if no, because I did the after school thing most of the time.
Oh yeah, because I used to ride home. I rode. Yeah, I didn't see you till later.
Yeah, because
after school thing. What?
It was the YMCA thing after school.
I didn't do that, but I remember that shit though.
Yeah, I did that thing. Damn, no, I didn't. That was
I thought it was choir.
Yeah, I did choir.
Yeah. No.
I got the after school things confused. Yeah. The YMCA thing was elementary school, and then choir was, which was a terrible decision. I went. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't
know. Going rogue on Jessica Wallace's mom. At what's it called? At Six Flags, where we just came up with the idea. So it's me, Jessica, Derek, and then one other person. We're just like, let's ditch like 30 minutes before the ceremony awards. And we went on the water slide, and she's freaking out. And this felt
I just feel like you just dragged yourself along on this foolishness.
No, he was active, and he's like, yeah, it sounds like fun.
Me saying doesn't mean I was active. I was just like, I don't care.
You don't care about nothing, bro.
See, my thing is this, right?
He cares. He just needs to care a little. He just needs to care a little bit more.
My thing was this, right? Joining choir was a stupid decision because
best decision in your life.
I joined choir because of a girl. So like, no, it was it was really a down bad moment.
Talk about
so
it.
Dumb.
It was a down bad moment. Like that's the reason that I joined choir.
It was so dumb.
I got with her though. I don't care.
I know. He did.
It might have been a down bad moment, but like whatever. I don't care.
It wasn't. Wasn't she still?
Probably, yeah.
We can't be name dropping on you.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not.
You said why?
You can't do that shit.
They gonna be like, people gonna be going back in my past. All right, so remember so and so. Remember
because
the
the thing is when you're saying specific stories, you can't be dropping people's names like that.
Oh, sure.
But
that's a lot of editing. I'm gonna have to sit there and be like,
that is a lot of editing that we got to do with that shit too. Yeah. But no, well, actually, I guess it is kind of it was two girls.
Jesus.
I got with them both.
Oh, okay.
At different times though.
I was going to say.
I was like, same time. So it's not technically down bad. You still won. It was just a slow game.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it was a game of chess. Hey. Like the initial reason as to why I went there was because of that, and like dealing with. I was not a very good student when I was there, but to be fair, I could sing. Until I hit puberty, and then
man, voice got deeper, and it just sounded wrong.
Well, the thing that was funny. We were in choir rehearsal, and it first like happened.
Oh,
yeah, and she changed me. She changed where I was positioned.
Low.
Yeah, pretty much. She changed where I was going to be positioned at, or whatever. Funny thing, she never figured this out. One time when we were in the cafeteria, I threw some food in her hair. It was hilarious. She pissed me off. I don't know what she did, but she pissed me off because she was being an asshole to me.
I'm gonna fuck her up with this one.
And I can't remember who it was, but they were just like, throw this at her. And I was like, all right. I grabbed it and I just threw it and it landed right in her hair. Because the thing was the conversation prior to that, we were trying to see if her hair was real or not, if she was wearing a wig. And they were like,
oh, that shit was fake.
I threw the grape in her hair and she didn't react to it, and it was a big grape too. But she didn't.
She's just old. She just didn't feel it.
Well, that's why
nerves shot.
That's why I started off with I don't know if you're still alive, but but yeah, no, I tossed that in her. I tossed that in. Damn.
Control it.
Having trouble over there?
I tossed it in her hair, and then she didn't notice, and then. Like, we had the little bell that went off when we got ready to leave out. as soon as she did something and she looked down and it fell out and she yelled, "Who threw this in my?" And then the bell went off and then everybody just left.
Oh man, jokes on you. That's been in your hair all day. You didn't even know it.
Hey, and I drew it in there in the beginning of the lunch period.
It'd be funny if you threw that bit like hard as hell. Like you threw it with force. You can see it like move her hair a little bit. All you hear is pop, and she just sitting there. All right, guys. So
Well, no, she was one of the monitors, in the cafeteria.
Tight. Well, shit. We talking about things being. What we talking about? Being fake. That threw it in and remind me of one of the topics. We got way
off.
We really did.
We got way out, but really we can really back in because it's been breaking news on
Corey Kenshin.
You want to Corey Kenshin.
Yeah, the Corey Kenshin thing is like, Corey Kenshin, he's a fantastic YouTuber. He's like he's super good at what he does, and he also is like super family friendly. He doesn't curse or anything like that. He barely gets into like anything. He gets into some like controversial things, but I really think that's mainly just for clout reasons that they try to like get clout off of him because he's super nice. He's one of the only people that on YouTube that holds his fans accountable. Holds the toxic people accountable and things like that. But he had made a video for a game, and it got age restricted. And so
what game was it?
I can't remember. It was a game that a lot of people were playing, but I can't remember what it was. It was a scary game though.
That makes sense.
But it got age restricted, and for people that don't know anything about YouTube, age restrictions are different than other stuff. Like it doesn't get shown at all, and it's very difficult for the video to get out there, and it's automatically not like monetized. So he tried to appeal it, and they were like, "No, we don't care." Like there wasn't anything bad in it. He was just trying to figure out like if they had a problem with a specific thing, he would just cut it out. And he talked to his YouTube rep, and he was like, "Yo, it might have been this one part where she was like depressed and wanting to commit like suicide or whatever." And so he cut that part out. Tried to appeal it. They still didn't appeal. They were like, "Yo, like we don't care what you're talking about." So he went and looked at a whole bunch of different YouTubers. And he saw Markiplier, because him and Markiplier, they don't have the same amount, but they're both up there as far as subscribers. So he was like, Markiplier has all of this in there, and you guys didn't age restrict his video. So he sent that over to his YouTube rep, and they were like, okay. And they monetized it and gave it to him and appealed it all. And then now, this is partially on his part. This one it was him trying to understand why they were going to appeal it once he showed them that Markiplier did it, instead of when he talked to them himself, because he felt some type of way about that, because he was like, it's kind of racist that y'all did that.
So basically, he didn't say nothing to Markiplier before putting him out there.
No, he didn't. But in his video addressing it, he did apologize for bringing him into this whole mess, because what ended up happening as a result to that is they age restricted Markiplier and him.
Oh yeah, they decided to keep it on fair terms. Restrict both of them.
Well, they kind of did. They kind of age restricted both of them because Corey wanted an answer as to why they didn't want to change it.
Instead of giving an answer, they just did. Instead of getting an answer, just like, well, you gonna name call. We just gonna throw him underneath the bus too.
Right.
Well, it was more like we gave you what you want. Why are you asking extra questions? And then they were like, yeah, fuck you. We're just gonna age restrict you both, because like they gave it to him. Like, he was like,
first of all, sir, you're already up there. Calm down. This is one video.
Chill.
Yeah. True, it is one video, but
no,
at the same time,
behind
it's still right, and that was their problem. That YouTube kind of was like, "Yo, we gave you what you wanted. Like, shut up and take what we gave you," which is not the answer that he necessarily wanted. He wanted to know. He wanted to understand why they were doing that.
Why they were being hypocritical in their decision.
Well, yeah, it was low-key racism, honestly.
Yeah,
because all the other people that had the same video were white people, and it was no problem. But
especially with him having a background and being family friendly.
Well, the other thing too is like he tends to have a lot of these problems when he first comes back, because he was gone for a long time.
He takes those like random big breaks,
like 9-month breaks and stuff like that, and then he comes back, and when he comes back, he's like trending, like one of the number one trending, and he was when he came back, he was like trending for like I want to say like 2.5 weeks maybe, and that's when this happened. And like that happened to him once before, where when he came back from a break, they tried to take some video down and things like that. So he tends to have problems anytime he takes a break and comes back for some reason. He doesn't understand why, and that was the biggest part of that. So,
nah, they're weird. Like that whole situation. Like, yeah, it is a little racist. If you like, if you're only targeting that. Do you know if there's any other cases like that with other black YouTubers that are doing the same thing but getting restricted?
I know that what is his name? That he'll be with like Kai and
You talking about?
It starts with a J, I think.
J. I don't know. Is he part of that crew? With Kai and them?
Sometimes. He'll do like videos with them and stuff like that. I can't remember what his name is. He was the one that I sent you where he went to go talk to like the KKK leader and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
Well, he what?
He said what the fuck? Yeah, he's a KKK leader.
Yeah, he went to go talk to like the leader of the KKK because he was like, I'm black, you're white. Like I'm trying to understand why you don't like.
Why they hate.
Thing like that. Yeah,
they had a pretty good conversation too. But it was him. He had a problem with YouTube doing something with him, and then there are a few other people that also have some problems too. I haven't looked into their stuff though because it kind of just happened. But it's been a few people having some problems with like YouTube and things like that.
Yeah, I was trying to hold back, pulling the card too quick on throwing it out as racist yet because I was just like, it's dumb. But I'm also knowing from like our experience from YouTube, not our personal experience, but like the knowledge that we all have of YouTube is that they have situations where they have been dumb and they have restricted some people's videos that did not need to be restricted or put copyright claims on something that did not need to be held copyright claims.
Like
yeah, for one of my videos, like I made a video of Elden Ring where I was fighting a boss. I think it was like a tree sentinel or something, but anyway, or a tree avatar. But I was in the middle of I was in the middle of fighting it, and of course, there's blood and shit. It's Elden Ring. It's a Souls game. But I beat it and then bowed, and because I used the editor on PS4, it ends with the PS logo, and I think they said they copyrighted and took it down and made it 18 plus because I was using their logo without their like permission or some shit. And I was like, I understand the 18 or whatever, and you can demonetize that, but like the blood is barely there. It's not like gushing out everywhere. It's not like God of War or something.
It's a part of the game unless you're having to put it in like streamer. I know they have a version for like streamer mode on certain games, like when I was watching Corey Kenshin and Dashy play it. They have a streamer mode to where it takes out anything that could be copyrighted.
Right, like they did that on Rust. Like they give you, they actually have like a stream. It's called streamer mode or something, where if it takes your username and like for example, my username on PS4 is turned into Santa, Sana, so that to keep anonymity for other people.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope here.
It is, and it's one of those things too. Is like YouTube kind of because people were like, "Yo, that's racist." It's one of those like save face type of things where they like start affecting like white people too. So they're like, I'm not racist. I did this for him. Like I didn't just do it to these black people. I did it to like these white people over here too. And so there's multiple people that are having this issue. But
instead of fixing the situation, they just be like, let me just create some balance.
Honestly, yeah, because like the thing too, because like because the whole thing is he wanted to know like a few different things because obviously a lot of this stuff happens because of bots. Bots look at it and then they, do the thing. And so he was like, was it a bot that initially age restricted my video? And then when I appealed for it, like who denied it?
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem that he was having. But it's one of those things where it's like, what did I do wrong? I did nothing wrong. And then when I want to understand why this happened, you want to be like, shut up and do what we pay you to do and stop asking us questions.
It's weird. It's a weird situation because they're constantly they picking and choosing like what they want to emphasize.
Absolutely,
they're picking and choosing.
I mean, I feel like they like after you become like verified on YouTube, like and start getting paid by them after like what is it, 500,000 subscribers or some shit.
Something like that.
Something like no, they
you get verified after 1,000.
Okay, well, anyway, they I feel like they feel like they have more pull with what you can say and what you can get away with. Otherwise they'll just be like, well, we're just going to take your monetization away. And for a lot of people who want to make YouTube a career, that's a no-no. So they'll bend to it. But there are some people who are just like, no, I'm going to put whatever. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to demonetize this video or whatever.
That's how people going to like Twitch and stuff. And
right,
then
exactly.
promoting different things because...
Or Patreon, or they rely on Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon.
Yeah. I mean, the thing, too, is like a lot of these like social media like things, they want to push out a certain message. Mm-hmm. And if what you're saying goes against that, or if like there are certain groups of people that don't rock with the message that you're trying to like put out, then they're gonna silence you, which leads into the next thing. Andrew Tate.
Oh, talk to him. Perfect segue, my boy.
So they treat Andrew Tate pretty much got banned off of everything, right?
Everything.
He never really had an account. Like, he never had an official account on anything.
Most of the stuff he never actually had an account for. A lot of it was clips that people took, and then they posted those clips, which is kind of the problem because like they were also from different times. So like they were different times in different podcasts or different other things that he was doing, and then they would post that, and they also posted out of context too with some of the stuff. And that's what people were pretty much just going off of. You ban his, because I think he had a Twitter, right? They banned him off of there. I don't remember. I'm not sure. I don't think he had a YouTube, and he didn't have a TikTok, but they banned him off of both of those.
I guess just nipping it at the bud. If he did, or they just want to make sure that he's not allowed on.
Well, the thing, it doesn't matter because people can still post his videos.
Right. So and they will.
I mean, that's how all of his success started, was people posting his videos and things like that. But like in his situation was kind of like Kevin Samuel's situation, where it was like because he talks just as bad on dudes as he did with like women. Like he was the same way.
Regardless. It's just basically what is the wow factor, and the wow factor.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like on some out in his situation, a lot of videos like with Kevin, like, a lot of the videos that got the people going were the ones that people disagreed with the most, which was where it came off like he was attacking a woman when in reality he wasn't attacking anybody.
Yeah.
So it was like in the same situation with.
If you want to get people riled up, a controversial topic will definitely we'll pull in viewers.
And that's most of the stuff that was starting to pop off. And when people repost clips, they post stuff like you said without context. Mm-hmm. And so with no context, and you say some crazy shit, that's what's gonna come out. It's gonna be read as that.
Yeah.
At face value.
Because the thing too is like with that stuff, when they were putting it out, they were trying to make him seem like a terrible person without the context needed and things of that nature. Like they had a whole thing about calling him, which they're still doing now, is him being like a sexual assaulter and a woman beater and all of these different things. Mm-hmm. And all of that stuff has been proven like not true. There was like one time where he was like hitting a chick with like a belt or something like that. And
I know they had the clip of him punching. He was like talking about he was with some girl. He was, you got to punch her. You got to do that. And I was sitting there like, what the hell is happening?
I know that the one, I think it was about where he was like hitting the one chick. Mm-hmm. They're just freaky because she was like, it was like role play. And everybody took it as he's acting this way, and he's a woman beater. And she had to come out, and this is his ex. She doesn't have an obligation to like be on his side. Yeah. And she was like, no, like it was a role play thing, and I was into it and stuff like that.
That's a good thing that she did say something.
Yeah, no,
but the thing is, it doesn't even matter because her putting that out, all that does for the people that hate him is be like, oh yeah, well he paid for her. Type thing, and and then they talked about him being like a woman trafficker and stuff like that because he had women because he had a cam service. Right?
Didn't they willingly leave though? Like the people, like because that was
he didn't tell them that they had to do it. Yeah. These were women.
He had a conversation with them, and then half of them left. They were like,
some of them left, yeah, because he had his own cam service where these women would go on there and obviously do like the cam girl stuff.
Yeah,
and they would get paid and things like that. And if they left, they left. If they stayed, they stayed. It wasn't like he was forcing anybody to do that themselves. And people are like, he's a sex trafficker. No,
I don't know. How
it's no different.
There are real sex traffickers out here, and y'all don't emphasize that.
No, exactly. They make that giant leap of Herculean leap of logic, whether it be false or not, just based off of those base principles. I mean, there are lonely people who go on Tinder and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just like a lot of these lonely, bitter women that don't like the messages that he's saying, and then they're like, "Yeah, you're a misogynist, and like I hate you."
It's because he knows. Like, I feel like he knows that he has the facts to back up the fact that the shit he's being accused of is wrong. But it's the fact that he has billions and billions of views and such a cult following that they instantly put him as in the status of like this man is like the Hitler of the red pill community. Like they try to put him as like the Hitler of the red community. He's like he needs to be stopped. But they're accusing these NFL football players of doing way worse things, or people that own these teams are doing way worse things, and y'all brush this underneath the table. But you'll sit here and take out a person who is telling somebody who he may have very strong views. Like I don't agree with everything that he says all the time, but I can say that some of the times he do be making a point.
Well, the thing too is like this is where you come into a situation of the idiots and the people that are actually smart, right? Mm-hmm. He plays a character most of the time, and if you're stupid, you're not gonna understand that. But if you're a smart person, you understand, okay, well, the wild thing that he just said, he doesn't actually believe that. I might say like wild stuff on here, which I have, but you might have some people that are on there that be like, oh my God, he hates women. I don't actually hate women.
You do.
Yeah, you're right. I hate women. But no, like if somebody will look at that and be like, see, this is proof he hates women, blah, blah, blah.
Or they'll make a collage of all the different videos of you
saying
things that look out of context.
Absolutely.
Like what we were talking about.
And that's what it was for him a lot of the time. It was like, he would go out here and there's multiple clips of him saying like, women are some of the most important people in the world because they have the capability of giving birth. And they need to be protected, and we should care for them, and things like that. And you have people that will take those words. They went out and like let women read this, right? And they're like, "Hey, do you agree with this?" It's like, "Absolutely." And they're like, "Well, who do you think wrote this?" And they'll just say some random fucking names that they don't know. And they're like, "Oh, well, Andrew Tate did it." "Oh, well, fuck him." Blah 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 blah. No, you agree with what he's saying, but it's all these people that have never actually watched anything that he has done. They only watch clips, which is the same thing for Kevin Samuels. You only see the clips that you see of him, but you never went through his 3-hour, 1-hour streams where he's talking to these people and he's telling these people things that they need to know. It's one of those things.
It's like the shit that happened with y'all. Do y'all remember the situation that happened with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez? Yeah.
What, the shooting thing?
Yeah, the shooting thing. It's like that.
I didn't really keep up with that.
Okay, so long story short, we found like she accused him of shooting her in the foot. They went out or whatever, and then it was broken glass. Supposedly her foot got shot, and they got to the hospital. So that was the story that ran through the Tory Lanez shot her. So they basically branded him as being crazy. Like he was crazy dude. Why does he have a gun? Why did he shoot her? This is so and so. They tried to be like, baby, bash this man and put his name in the mud. He denied it. He denied it and was like, I never did anything. I never shot her. She's lying. But he was like, y'all can go with this narrative. He fought it for a little second, and then I think he made a song about it later, but he just kept on going like, I'm gonna keep dropping music. And the dude was dropping bomb ass music, like back to back. After that situation, and people were still like supporting him. And then news broke out that the doctor who did the autopsy on not the autopsy, that's if she's dead, but like no, the doctor that did the examination of her foot, turns out it was just shards of glass that end up like going through her foot. That she stepped on, because why the fuck are you barefoot? That was the situation.
She's probably drunk.
Yes, so she was probably drunk. She was probably barefoot. There was broken glass, and she probably stepped on it. Him having a gun, why do you still had hit? Probably just because he just probably carries it.
Probably. Well, I mean,
he gets into a lot of situations with people, so he carries a gun with him.
Especially with what happened with Young Dolph last year, you know? Like,
well, this was before that, but
Right, no, I know it's before that, but like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, scenarios in which famous people have to carry, you know?
Yeah, but he does get the impression that he's about that, like that he's gonna have that on him. You know, he gives you that type of energy. Of
isn't he from Canada?
Yeah,
he's like, I may be from Canada, but I keep that strap on.
I keep that strap on me.
I'm gonna warn you, I'm carrying. All right.
I'm just warning, but so then they brought it out that it was just shards of glass and it was never a bullet. This woman goes on like I forgot what talk show she went on, but she was still having to sell the story. Well, I was like, you haven't, at that point, you're stuck selling that story because your PR team is probably telling you,
this is what happened, you stuck with it.
You have to stick, because if they find out that you lied, which everybody knows in this moment that you're lying about the fact, and you put this man's name in the dirt, made him seem like a crazy person, and the only reason this probably happened is because he fucked your best friend. That's what it probably gets back to it, because there was a situation they were arguing about that. Because he ended up fucking one of her best friends, and then it's not no coincidence that you got shot in the foot.
No, like, see, like, this is why I feel like...
because the only thing I remember is somebody being like, yeah, she called him short, so he shot in the foot. And I was like, yo...
That's petty.
I guess I understand.
I was like, as a short man myself, I was like, that doesn't make me like, you know, a woman called me short. Her name is Meg Thee Stallion.
But that's my thing. I was like, yo, that don't make sense. You're already tall as shit anyway.
You're like,
I don't know how tall she is.
She's actually, I think she's like 5'10". She's just tall. She's tall for a woman.
Well, she's because the average I think is like 5'6", 5'7", something like that.
For a woman, it's 5'4". For a dude, it's 5'9". And so.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the United States.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, in the United States, the average height for a woman is 5'4", and then the average height for a guy is 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9" or 5'10" or something like that. Yeah.
And so she's like 5'10". she's like 5'10", maybe 5'11". And so she's a tall woman, and they call women in Texas stallions that they're tall. That's why they name Meg Thee Stallion.
You'll see, like, you know, going back to what you were saying about the whole PR team sticking with their story and all that shit. That reminds me that makes me think of like something that I can't confirm myself because I, you know, don't know these people or I'm not in the industry, but like I feel like a lot of like these stars PR teams set up these whole elaborate scenarios where they feud with each other just to get people to, you know, pay more attention to them. Like,
oh no,
like,
for sure.
Like the Kim and Kanye and Taylor Swift thing.
You thought that was all PR?
Yeah, because like, and I was thinking to myself, this is BS. And she's gonna come out with one of them's gonna come out with a new album. She comes out with her Redemption album apparently, which is supposed to be her more moody and broody thing. I didn't listen to any of that, but they didn't do well apparently.
Well, I mean.
And
look,
you know
the thing about that, right? The reason that I know that some of that stuff is true is because people do that on YouTube.
Well, I'm not saying that it's. Well, I'm not saying.
Well,
that it's
you're
all
basically
fake.
saying you can't confirm because you don't have
evidence.
But what I'm saying is
it's a high chance of possibility.
Right.
Well, are you talking about in just that situation or in general?
In general,
that's what I'm saying.
People.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's a high chance of possibility.
Well, what I'm saying, like obviously not all the time, but what I'm saying is you don't have to go with like this might happen or it might be a possibility. It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It happens with YouTube people and stuff like that. Like people have fake beefs and then they go through the whole little, you know, song and dance of like trying to be like, oh, I'm going to fight you and all this stuff. And it happens with famous people and all of these things because it's good PR. Hate gathers people.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves toxicity and it gets numbers and that's what gets people going, which is why Andrew Tate got so much views.
Yeah.
But he's not like a hateful person. He wasn't a hateful. No. He wasn't actually a hateful person. Like some of the stuff that he said, you know, some people might take it super literally, but it wasn't like he was a hateful dude or nothing like that. Like he wanted people to do better, and like he constantly told men to better themselves and things like that. And like if you were fucking up, he was gonna call you out on it, man or woman. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
you know, and
it's because you're not. It's somebody saying something that makes you feel uncomfortable.
It's because people don't want to take accountability.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation, because they're not holding her accountable for lying.
Well, they never hold women accountable for anything.
Yeah, and that's
especially if you're famous, because you know you have the whole like. What was it? Cardi B drugging dudes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, she was
the real.
She's famous.
She was the real Bill Cosby. Nobody cared.
She's a menace.
She was
a menace back.
Did you say that she's the real Pill or real Bill Cosby?
Pill Cosby.
I was going to say.
No,
they both
together. Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Cosby.
Okay, no, but like regarding Andrew Tate, like I feel like he's in it gets in the same sort of way amongst his fans and haters in the same way Ben Shapiro does. Like he'll be saying like he'll be correcting, he'll be spitting straight facts at people about like feminism versus entitlement and things like that. Like he'll be saying like, you know, like you're looking for gender equality. You expect the man to take all the burden of all the work, and then you want them to come home and you know, then you want them to come home, then you want them to go.
You want the cake and eat it too.
Right. Exactly.
That's
I mean, a lot of it is,
but at
like,
the same time,
a lot of it too is like who you're associated with too,
right?
Because like, you know, when you have like, and it's not even really associate. It's like, you know, he's a part of that red pill community of dudes, and when you have like super like, you know, red pill dudes, like, you know, like
and we're good on time. We got like 10 minutes.
That's cool. Well, what are they called? Fresh and Fit and stuff like that. Like when because he's been on there like multiple times, and some people think like, yo, if you go on to this, that means you agree with them, and that's not necessarily the case. But because you're there, they associate you with that, and a whole bunch of women and stuff like that, they hate Fresh and Fit. So if he's going on there, regardless of if he agrees with them,
I'll go on that pod. I'll go on there.
I don't even like them, and I'll go on there.
Yeah,
if they would, because I feel like I don't like them, but I feel like I can still have a conversation with them.
Yeah, you don't
That's
have to.
the beauty of it.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't understand is that you don't have to agree with somebody to be able to have a legitimate conversation with them. Like, for example, let's just say that you are an atheist and I'm a diehard Christian.
Yeah.
I can talk to you about it, and you know, I should be able to talk to you about it, and not, you know, you'd be like, you're not going to change my mind. I'd be like, all right, cool. You want to go grab a beer? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what it should be like. But people will argue day and night.
People don't like the fact that you disagree. Like, how you feel.
People love to live in their echo chambers of people that agree with everything that they have to say.
You want yes
men. No, because people love to hear yes men.
Well, yeah, but a lot of those people associate a lot of these different things with their own identity. And so to go against that is to go against their identity, which is not true. But people believe so strongly in some of these things, like, this is who I am, this is a part of me, and I'm limited to only that because you have absolutely no personality of your own.
Because they don't know how to.
Because you're a loser.
Well, they need to have that, like you said, the situation with like the religion. It's kind of like that. Like if you ask me, like we talk about it, whatever, you tell me, okay, you're not gonna change your mind. I'm not trying to change your mind. That's literally what it is. It's kind of like like if you are trying actively, like we're debating about something, it's a different story. Yeah, we're debating over
even in debating, like, you know, some people think in order to debate, like, you have to have a winner, which is why there's always a third person. That third person,
which is why there's always a mediator, right?
The mediator is always the person that decides who wins. If we're having a conversation, we've had numerous conversations about things that we don't agree with.
We disagree all the time.
Well, all three of us have had conversations.
We disagree
like
on all
absolutely.
that stuff.
And sometimes it might get heated. But that doesn't change. That doesn't change anything.
Y'all are probably gonna see some heated conversations. Probably. But the thing is that separates us from like society, and where I feel like people should like take from is the fact that you can it's a proper way to disagree to disagree. It's a proper way to agree to disagree.
Yeah, and people just there are a lot of people that forget that is an option.
Yeah,
they either see there's agree, there's disagree, but they don't know what they can agree to disagree.
They don't see it that option. Like a lot of people are raised up or self-absorbed to the point where they're like, my way is the only way, And and when
that comes from your parenting.
That
comes from the parents that are like, yo, you're the center of the universe.
Right. No, if you're stuck in your ways, it's very hard to get that out of it. Like as I was raised up with a saying by my folks that people are going to think what they're going to think, and the only one who can change their mind is them, because you're not going to change someone's political views by talking to them if you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, or religion, or food. It doesn't matter.
You can spark the change, but it's up to them to actually believe.
But they have to make that conscious choice on their own, because you can't force someone to change their mind.
You can coerce.
You can't force any.
No, but see, that doesn't. But if you coerce them, that makes it that doesn't exactly change their mind.
People.
It does.
I just manipulate people. It's cool.
I mean, both of those things can change people's minds, because what it is it gets you to actually put your foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to get.
I might say some wild things, and it might all be true. And you might be like, man, he is stupid. I want to see other stupid things that he's saying, right? Or people that are haters, right? Those people that are haters, like the one we talked about in the last one. Uh-huh. She went and looked at all of our stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And that is something that, she might hate on what we're doing, and then look at all of our stuff and be like, okay, well, I just didn't agree with this one thing, and I agree with the other things.
Yeah, because there's plenty of people I've listened to where I'm like, hell, we talked about it at one point. What's the dude name who cheated on his wife?
There's numerous.
Derek Jackson, the one that was the yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
You said Bo Jackson?
No, Derek Jackson.
Oh no,
it's his buff black dude who he always used to hop on the camera and he'll just like start talking about relationship stuff. Mm-hmm. And he usually caters towards women and kind of just says the right thing. That was the big thing that everybody didn't like about him, that he always says the right thing versus being realistic and with certain situations. And so it was certain moments in him where I'm like, I can take after that stuff came out about him cheating on his wife, and I was like, oh, it kind of like put him all the way down because they were like you were supposed to be Mr. Perfect and you just did the opposite, or you've been shitting on dudes for years
for their decisions. Yeah, you make arguably one of the worst for a man.
But I can't say you go back and like watching his stuff. It's the same thing as like you may have done some stupid stuff like we talked about with we talked in the last episode. We talked about what Hitler did. He had art, but it's kind of like separating that. Separating like certain things you do say, I can attest to it. Okay, I agree with this. You should be like this. You should do this. But then the other shit that you do like that you're saying, I don't agree with it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it is something kind of like that sometimes, and then a lot of it too is like, it kind of gets into a weird finicky area too, because it's like where you have like Derek Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. I never liked Derek Jackson to begin with, anyways, because I always knew he was fake.
He was my hero.
I know, and the thing that's
he
crazy,
broke my heart.
The thing that's crazy is you would always send me videos, and I'm like, I don't like this dude, but I watched it anyway.
He made me realize that I was a little bit too on the other side.
Who?
No, Derek Jackson. After the situation, and then after having the conversations with you, it made me realize I was a little bit too much in the feminine side. I was like.
Oh no, man!
Bro was happy you lost in the sauce.
My hair was turning blue a little bit. It was
you were a little bit lost in the sauce there.
I was lost in
the sauce.
I was like, nah, bro, we gotta treat them like queens. And then after that shit happened, I was like, nah, fuck these hoes.
They
deserve nothing.
I can't treat her like a queen if she's acting like a pawn.
Facts.
Damn, that is actually
that's a quote. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
That's a bar. That needs to be
Caption God.
Caption God.
Yeah. Can't treat queens like pawns. Can't treat pawns like queens.
You got don't hurt yourself. You can't treat her like a queen. She's acting like a pawn.
Right. Can't treat her like a queen if she's acting like a pawn.
He's about to have a whole aneurysm.
That should be the next thing you post on your Instagram. That should be the caption.
That's gonna be the title of this episode.
Oh yeah.
That's the title of the episode.
That's the type of episode.
Can't treat her like a queen.
If you're acting like a pawn.
She acting like a pawn. Stamp that, fellas. Take this as unsolicited advice. We are not professionals.
No,
this is professional.
This is unprofessional advice.
This is
professionally unprofessional advice.
Listen to what I have to say, and you'll go far.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Thank you for coming to that TED Talk.
Thank you. We appreciate it. But shit. But now, it's a transition. It's a transition that needs to just happen within society. That's just not happening. It's happening because we're seeing it's a fight happening with Andrew Tate. It's like the fact that he's gotten banned off of things tells you that there is a fight. It tells you that there is an issue going on because we've been allowing things to happen too long.
Yeah,
we've been allowing one side to take
one of those
over.
things
it needs to be a balance.
Yeah, it's one of those things too where like a whole bunch of like he resonates more with guys because of things like this, because there's constantly things within the media talking about dudes don't matter and like everything with us doesn't matter and like we should just die pretty much. Basically. And he's against all that stuff, which is crazy because he also has organizations that are specifically made for women to help them and make sure that they're safe and things of that nature. And he doesn't talk about that. And he talked about it in the video that he had uploaded about his band and things like that.
Which I low-key was like, damn, that's crazy that you did that. I wish that was a little bit more publicized
but
his
it's
situation.
Not. It doesn't fit the narrative in hating him to have that publicized. Mm-mm. Also, the thing too.
No, I was just talking about for him in general.
Well, true, but the thing too is like, well, the thing is he doesn't have all of the other different social medias that they show his clips on. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't have a YouTube channel.
So, but he did have that following of people where he was like, repost my stuff and I'll like you get compensation off of whatever.
Yeah, but
however it does. So I would have been telling them in the thing like, hey, this clip right here, if y'all would like, I would appreciate.
They did.
About the ones about the
yes.
Oh well, shit, they just didn't. Pop off then.
No, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't fit the narrative in hating him.
So
if social
media, it's more fun to hate him.
If social media wants you to hate him, anything good that he tries to put out, it's not.
They're gonna sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, because they can decide for themselves what gets pushed and what
So that means we need social media to hate us. So we can shit on them when we come back and be like, we're actually very positive and we love everyone.
Sure, I mean,
and the minute we say that, we lose half
I'm completely fine with doing that unless we get banned because we don't have the backing in order. Because he's making his own website so that he can put all of his stuff out there. He's making his own website, so we don't have that yet. So hate us enough to not ban us.
Hate us enough to stay interested, but not enough to ban us.
Yeah, but we gotta wrap it up, bro. Yeah. We gotta get to this movie in a minute. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Going to go see new Dragon Ball Super movie,
which I've already seen it. But we can talk about it in the next episode.
Give y'all my thorough review of the movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna end it off by saying that it is the best Dragon Ball Z movie. There are a whole bunch of people that are out there that are talking about how it's not, and those people are stupid. Because I'll explain it more in the next episode. But they're those people that love Dragon Ball Z without actually having to have it be good. They just like flashy.
I feel that.
It's the sweaty,
turn your brain off type people.
Yeah, it's like the sweaty Demon Slayer people. That just
constantly shit on Demon Slayer.
I will shit on
Demon Slayer's budget is something else because they got some crazy
I will shit on
effects.
Demon Slayer until I die.
We go get it.
Demon Slayer is ass.
I've never even seen Demon Slayer.
That's why your game failed.
What?
That's why your game failed. Nobody plays that. Hey,
we don't play it no more.
Nobody plays it anymore. It is
Demon
a
Slayer had a
dying
game.
My point exactly.
I mean, it is what it is.
We'll talk about it later. But
nothing new to me. As long as I can still watch the anime, that's all I care about.
I care about that shit. Dude, I feel like I've been hearing like super good things about it, but I'm just too lazy to watch it.
Don't worry, you're wasting your time.
I'm not wasting my time by not watching it.
No, you'd be wasting your time.
I would be.
You gonna waste your time for watching it. watch the animes.
No, honestly, I ain't. I'm on Stranger Things right now.
He said, "Look, I'm on a whole nother wave."
Stranger Things
on a whole nother wave.
is also ass.
No,
damn,
no,
you just trying to end it.
You just
and
hating on me and Ramel, ain't you?
Huh?
You just hating on me and Ramel, ain't you?
I'm not hating on y'all for liking it. Y'all can like whatever you like.
He just said, "What you like is trash." I just
Exactly.
You know, I was about to say, dude, just went straight Andrew Tate on us.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I say, we can need to reemphasize that point for the people for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is reemphasize the fact of get context.
Yes. Context always matters with everything that you listen to.
And don't slide over to one side. Like this whole, the red pill, blue pill, like low key be neutral.
It's like
not everything is black. Not everything is just...
It's like Sneeko. You know, Sneeko, he's cool. I rock with his content, but he kind of fell a little hard into the red pill side a little bit. He's
pulling himself out right now.
Right.
Yeah.
He's trying to get back to that balance. There's it's fine to have happy mediums.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine to be neutral, kids. Like obviously, believe in what you believe in and stand by it. But you ain't gotta be an asshole.
Right.
Also,
you gotta be a dick.
Right. Don't make these things your identity. These are all internet things. They don't have to be a part of your identity. You don't have to be all this. I'm a social justice warrior. This is who I am. This is my identity now. And you don't have to be like I'm a red pill guy. I live this life. I'm high value, even though I work at McDonald's. You don't have to be on those sides. You could be in the middle.
You could be high value and be chilling.
Yeah, not everything
That's
is
not what that means. But
I understand. I'm talking about from a standpoint of how you carry yourself.
That's high value personality. But not
that's what we need. High value personality.
But that's not high value. Like that's not what they talk about when they're talking about.
I don't give a damn what they talk about.
Well, yeah,
I do. We gonna start a new thing. High value personality.
Sure.
High value.
We'll put it on a shirt.
High value personality.
High value personality.
Yeah, we'll put it on a shirt.
Yeah.
But all right, let's end the show.
All right.
Shit. Hey. We appreciate y'all coming through to the next installment of the DWG Down with the Get Down podcast. Follow us all on all social medias. Follow our special guests. We're going to put Hunter's social medias down below in the description on YouTube. Also, whatever listening platforms you're on, rate us 5 stars on that, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, whatever you guys listen to. We appreciate the follows, appreciate the likes, and we also appreciate the comments. Hey, if you got a good comment, leave. You got a bad comment, leave. We'll have a conversation if we really feel like it. But
if we feel like
it, good comment. Like it depends. But half the time we'll see everything you guys do, and we love the suggestions. We're keeping going for you guys. Constantly putting out more content. We've been putting out more clips as well. Just you guys, if you see whatever we post, please share them out. Let your people know. Put it on all your social media, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever you do.
Yeah, all that stuff is able for you to save.
Yep.
So you can save that and you can repost it and all that stuff.
Yep. Trying to be on our Andrew Tate Sneeko stuff. We're going to create a following.
Right.
Yeah. Make a new account and post our stuff. But no, that, and also to get notifications, also hit the notification bell, turn that on, and turn it to all, so anytime we drop anything, whether it's new content, bonus content, or a podcast, you'll be notified instantly. So yeah, do all that stuff, and if you're down with the Get Down,
go ahead and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.